That's a dozen mother.
Greatest tournament wrestlers of all time. This is my mentor. This is my big brother. So after I beat Okada, I'm going to flipping Disney World and I'm winning the Continental Classic. In the immortal words of Tony Khan, let's fucking go, lads!
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade.
Hello and what? And you tuned in to the Generation Evolution for Thursday, January 16th, 2025, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram Live. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
I'm Mark.
Welcome to the show.
Meow.
And if you're watching live, please comment on one of the streams and we will read them on the show. What are we rocking out to start the show off?
Oh my god, I almost said the wrong name. Welcome to the Black Parade by MCR, aka My Chemical Romance.
Yes, we were jamming this in the car this morning, so I figured, what the hell? So,
which now I gotta point out. Also this morning, the goddamn radio cut out majority of some part of the song.
it's weird. Why does Pop Rock cut a 5-minute song short at all? I have no idea. But
It's just 5 minutes. It'll be fine.
So, all right. Let's
I
get
didn't
into
think it was that funny.
It's going to be that kind of show. I can tell already. It's going to be that kind of show. All right, we are live, and we have a lot to talk about, a lot going on. I've changed up the run sheet already twice today.
I got water.
I have a flavored water over here. I haven't opened yet.
I got a couple water.
I'll probably open this when I open up we'll start the first story. This one probably didn't hit you as much as it hits Ian, Dad, mostly Mark. But we did have a passing in the local area this week.
Ooh.
A major national passing, though. A big deal. The legendary Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball, passed away today at the age of 90. He is a Hall of Famer. He is
age of 90?
Age of 90 years old. He was still doing commentary for the Brewers last season.
Oh, God.
Last season.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. One of the best. If people have seen Major League, he's all over there. He was every single Milwaukee team has put up a tribute today. So it was only right for us to start the show off with wishing the family of Bob Uecker. Well, Dad, I'll throw it to you on Bob Uecker.
Oh my God, what can I say? A very wonderful individual, professional gentleman, treated everyone with respect and kindness. Great baseball player, transitioned from baseball player to commentating. Also got into acting. If everyone's seen the Major League movie, that was shot in Milwaukee County Stadium before it became American Family Field. He's been the Wisconsin Milwaukee staple, not only in the baseball scene, but in the community scene. Also had a TV series, Mr. Belvedere, if everyone
Oh, wow,
remembers
really?
that.
You know that was Belvedere?
He was in Mr.
I didn't know that.
Belvedere.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, of course, in different beer commercials throughout the years. But his voice and his
It's Milwaukee.
charm will always be remembered.
Was he also in cheese commercials?
It is Milwaukee. I guarantee it's happened at least once. I'm going to guarantee it.
Cheese and beer.
So,
He leaves some big shoes to fill.
but he can't believe he was doing commentary last season. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't really know him, but
Even though he says he was retired, he kept on doing it because he loved the game of baseball.
Okay, Christian.
I don't really know him or know anything about him. But I just got to say to the family, I do apologize for what happened.
Yeah. Legend, though.
Legend. But my condolences to you, and may he rest in peace.
There you go. All right.
And that's how you give someone some
A proper eulogy.
yeah, without knowing who the hell they are.
Exactly. All right, cool. This is the fun part about having a teenager on the panel. He doesn't know as much as we know, but so it's a lot more fun. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually more fun this way. So, all right, if you're watching live, please comment in the comment section if you have any thoughts as we go along with. Let's get into things. Before we get into the big news, let's get into the actual wrestling stuff today. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. First things first, let's do title changes. We had 2 major title changes last week. You're like, 2? I only saw 1. I'll answer why. First of all, we talked about this on Sunday's show. We were talking about it. We were both wrong. The Lyra Valkyria beat Dakota Kai, become the first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. We both picked Dakota.
I should have went with my gut on Ryder.
Yeah, we were both wrong. Christian, thoughts on this move? I'll be actually taking a drink. So,
okay. No, I'm ready. My mom said it best. They should have put it on Dakota, but I see why they put it on Lyra because she's more. I wouldn't say like a bigger star, but a kind of.
I'm not sure how to word it really here.
I don't know how to word it because she's not more known, but maybe she's.
She was a former NXT Women's Champion, so that's a good thing.
I think that's why they put it on her because she was also. Dakota hasn't won a title, but Lyra has.
It's interesting. It's an interesting move.
But so these no.
You're fine. You're fine.
Lyra.
Yes.
I always say Lyra.
It's okay.
Lyra, at least is going to be a good champion until eventually someone takes it off her or Dakota maybe wins.
Maybe. Dad, any thoughts on Lyra?
After her coming up on the main roster, I think they wanted a program for her, and they didn't have anything available. And then, lo and behold, the new title comes into play, which means now you can put her into the title hunt. I think what she did in NXT was
the champion.
Was great.
He is the champion.
Yeah, she's a great worker, and it shows. And I think they basically gave her the boost of confidence and self-esteem that she needs to carry the inaugural run of the title, and let's see where it goes from there. Is it a possibility that maybe Dakota Kai will have it down the road? That's always a good possibility.
True. All right. So I said there was 2 title changes this week. Well, this one's not in a company we normally cover, but it's someone we all know. So I wanted to make sure I brought this up here. This is coming out of Major League Wrestling.
The fuck?
MLW had a world title change this week. Shocked the hell out of me when I saw it because Kojima was actually in the New Japan Rambo on January 4th. I mean, so
bless you.
He was in the New Japan Rambo. So who is to be the champion now? Matt Riddle is the MLW World Heavyweight Champion. He beat Kojima at the Kings of Coliseum this past weekend. I am not joking. I am not kidding. I saw a video of it, and I'm promoting him for the next bunch of shows. Matt Riddle is the MLW World Heavyweight Champion. Dad?
Bro. I kind of look at it as a little bit kind of confusing because I thought that Kojima was going to hang on to the title a little bit longer. I don't know why they've got Riddle as champion. I don't know what they think he's going to be able to accomplish. Time's going to tell. I mean, if his work ethic is better than what it was when he was in WWE, I don't know.
I did it. What was weird? He was in New Japan, and it was weird. Like he just showed up, did shit, and left. It was weird. Hey, Chris, you want to say something? Go ahead. Hang on, your mic. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Is your mic working? The battery. There you go.
Can you
You're
hear
on
me?
now. You're on
Okay.
now. Sorry.
Live, folks.
Now talk.
I just want to say, like you just said, why the hell is Matt Riddle just showing up places, winning titles, and then leaving?
Well, the funny part is he was in a weird thing in New Japan. He didn't win a title, but he was. Was he winning a title?
No,
Oh, yeah, he
TV,
was TV champion. He was TV champion. I forgot.
Because there's that 1 week where Mustafa was a champion and then Riddle was a champion.
That was a weird moment. That was strange. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Is it kind of like following like Nick Nemeth's
Yeah, maybe. But
pattern where he kind of shows up and
battery maybe?
holy cow, is that big enough for him?
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's beautiful.
So
Let's see what happens in the
let's see how long
Matt Riddle era.
Okay.
So Matt Riddle, MLW champion. I just want to bring that up because it was so ridiculous that I had to bring it up.
As I was saying, let's see how long it lasts until he like either loses it or just leaves the company.
True. Very true. Change about it. All right, so let's move on. We have some announcements happening this week. The big one is in New Japan. We have Windy City Riot, which is happening in Chicago, and this is going to be the home of the final match for Roshi Tanahashi in America, and it's going to be against Hiroshi Kateska. Very interesting match. Very interesting thing to happen. Dad, your thoughts on Tanahashi Takeshita while I help Christian with his microphone problems?
The match itself between him and Takeshita, I think it's going to be a good match. They both complement each other. Whether or not Takeshita is going to still have the belt from AEW, I have no idea.
Oh, they're on the line. They're both on the line.
The belt's not on the line? Okay. So it should be a good match. We complement each other very well. I would say because this is Tanahashi's swan song that he should be able to win this match.
No, question. You said Tanahashi. Who the hell is Tanahashi?
Tanahashi, not Tanahashi.
Who the hell is Tanahashi?
Tanahashi.
Christian's mic is not working.
And also, it's Takeshita. I don't know what the hell you said while I was fixing the mic. You said you botched both their names.
Takeshita.
Right. We're back.
I really
live.
wanted to call you out on it, but mic wasn't working.
Yeah, we're back live, guys.
Okay, thank
Microphone's working. All right. So, by the way, I will make this announcement now. I did because I did this morning. Me and Christian will be attending Windy City Riot in Chicago.
I cannot wait. This is gonna be fun.
Tanahashi Takeshita is on the show. Gabe Kidd versus Ishii is on the show.
Are they just trying to kill each other?
I don't know. So we'll find out more about. We'll talk about that more in
I-
April. But we'll talk more about that in April. So, one more
Take
thing.
streamers with you.
One more thing. So we were talking about we were talking about AEW Grand Slam in Australia, and nobody knows how we were going to see it. Well, they had their first match announced this week, and they revealed how in America we'll be able to see the show because time zone wise, it's at 2 a.m. our time,
Jesus
live,
Christ.
but it's on a Saturday.
Hmm.
What's usually on Saturdays for AEW?
Collision.
So here it is. Headlining AEW Grand Slam Australia is Mariah May taking on this up and coming Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. But here's the key part.
I do want to say one thing though. Why does Mariah May look like Chris Statlander?
I don't know.
Does she look like Chris Statlander or is it just me?
I don't see it, but
Partially, yes.
Chris Statlander. I just see. I don't know. For some reason, before I saw the name, I saw Chris Statlander. I was like, when did she become champion?
So, well, Mariah May, Toni Storm, at but here's the key part. In America, this will be airing on delay in the Collision time slot.
Ooh, so it
on
just
TNT
replacing
and Max on that night instead of Collision. But here is the key part of this. At the same time, over on Peacock, is NXT Vengeance Day.
Ooh, at the same time.
The same time. Energy Vengeance Day going on.
Well, you got to get the computer and the TV set up.
So it's going to be an interesting night, that night, how that's going to go. Well, the only thing I see is NXT does start an hour early, I believe, earlier than this. So we'll be able to both do show. But it's an interesting situation that they put in themselves in on this one. And AEW's thing, NXT, they announced their show way before NXT did. So there's that. Dad, any thoughts?
All I can say for AEW at this point is put on a good pay-per-view show. Otherwise, if it's not, you're not going to get the people to tune in. Make sure you have a good card. Make sure you have a good program. Make sure everything is all checked off before you turn on the servers and say, go!
Oh, again, but it's on tape delay. It's gonna be interesting when it's on tape delay. Well, I was just thinking the best thing I can see is that they if they do this right, we can actually do NXT and then you actually watch the AEW show on delay. Again, like on the DVR. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So, all right. Moving on. We had two big things happen this past week. Penta is in WWE on Raw. He made his debut, and what a debut it was! Seriously, what a match!
Oh my God!
I want to speak on this first.
Go for it. Christian wants to speak first. Christian just said he wants to speak first. Go.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing though, about Penta. Me and my friends watched it live. We were all losing our mind because we all knew it was going to be him. But one of my friends did say something pretty funny. He was like, "Oh my God, it's going to be Penta," and then no, it'd probably not be as funny, but for me, someone literally said it's going to be Sin Cara or Ray Phoenix.
Jesus Christ! Well, Ray Phoenix is still in AEW, so
no. And then he said, and then I said, Ray Phoenix still doesn't he have a problem with his pass right now?
To Ray Phoenix, he's currently in AEW on his contract hasn't expired yet because of injuries extensions.
Okay, because for some reason I said he couldn't like. I don't know what it was.
It's injury extensions. That's what it is. It's injury extensions.
And then my friend just no, he couldn't cross the border.
No, it's not how it is. Penta has the same problem.
Penta
has the same problem. Dad, your thoughts on Penta's debut? I'm going to switch mics back. I think we got everything fixed.
Okay.
All I can say is that it was about damn time that he moved up to something like this, so Penta can showcase what he does, and what he does very well is the lucha style of wrestling. Also puts in a little comedy, but the match he had with Chad Gable was fantastic for him to make his debut, and showcased his talents. And if this is just the beginning of Penta, imagine other things that Penta can do with other roster members of WWE.
Yeah, Christian, you were going to say something.
I do want to say the debut was amazing. Great match, and he did botch one move, but he played it off smoothly, and you could not feel your tell.
Yeah, well, it's a new ring too. It's a different ring than he's used to too. So,
but it was perfect. And that Canadian Destroyer, Jesus,
the Penta Destroyer, are they called it? The Penta Destroyer.
Oh, I thought it was
the Penta Destroyer.
They call it the Penta Destroyer or the Mexican Destroyer?
I think it was the Mexican Destroyer.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Oh, Penta. Oh, the Penta Driver. That was the one after the Penta Driver after that.
But the Mexican Destroyer, Jesus Christ, I thought Chad Gable died.
That was awesome. Chad Gable deserves so much for selling in that match. He deserved the beer. He deserves whatever he wants after that. Because that was an amazing sell job. The whole match.
But also, Chad Gable cannot catch a break. He got attacked by the Wyatt Six and then got completely killed by a Canadian Destroyer.
The Wyatt Six can move over to SmackDown now. So.
Oh God. Anyways,
so that's that.
And then that beautiful Penta Driver.
By the way, and I didn't expect him to cut a promo.
No,
he cut a promo. Where did that come from?
Also, I do have to give him props for actually speaking English.
Yeah, English and Spanish. It was a great promo. Like, all the credit in the world. By the way, if you watch it on Netflix, there is a translation. They actually translated it to English on Netflix.
Oh, that's
in the subtitles. I didn't know that. If I knew
oh.
that, I would have turned the subtitles on. Apparently, live, they translated it in the subtitles. So that's pretty cool. That's
no,
pretty cool.
He presented himself after a match with the promo very well, and Penta's family was in the audience watching.
On the screen, that was really
His wife and daughter were very emotional about it, and everything went well. Everything just clicked, and I'm saying, there will be more of Penta and other WWE roster members, and hopefully, what I would like to see is a real chance for Penta to have a title around him.
I know. Probably Christian's trying to. You keep cutting Christian off, so you have to get used to this. You really got to get used to him. When you see the microphone go up to his mouth, he's going to talk. You got to get used to it.
I apologize.
So
this isn't the Generation Evolution with Mark show.
yes, there are 3 of us here. You got to remember that. And Sal and Christian's not as nice as Sal.
Yeah, you cut me off. I will say something. This one is the one. He's stopping me from going off.
Yeah. So all right.
No offense. I love you. Just don't cut me off, please.
This I'm keeping in the show. All right.
Yes, keep this in the show because I just want to make this clear. Do not cut me off, please.
All right.
But I was gonna make a joke. With the translation, they have one of those like church translators, just like doing random hand signals, just translating what Penta's saying, and the translator doesn't know what he's saying, so he's just putting up random gang signs.
Oh my god,
that was the whole joke I was trying to go for.
All right, let's move on. Wednesday night, we had the big return in ring. We talked about it on Sunday's show about the return in New Japan, but we had the in-ring return of Kenny Omega in AEW. So I really thought this was a really good return against Brian Cage. But for those who did not see it, so the good thing that they're doing, Kenny Omega is selling his core injury because of the diverticulitis surgery. Because of surgery diverticulitis, and he's selling a core injury, which is interesting for his finishing move, which is
the one-winged angel.
So this is the one-winged angel that won the match on Wednesday.
Oh my God, Omega, that's impressive. He's got him up. He's got him up. Angel center of the ring.
So for the audio side, he actually picked him up from the right side of the ring, picked him up, core work, and then walked him across to the center of the ring to hit the one-winged angel. Jesus. Brian Cage is not a small person. That was impressive as fuck.
And I'm not
279. I'm sorry.
Good.
Go ahead.
This is gonna be fun, guys. This is gonna be fun. Anyway, guys, CJ, talk then. Talk. Stop talking then. We can't keep doing this.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just talk. I forgot my last train.
It's okay. Yeah, good.
279 for Brian Cage, and for Kenny Omega to accomplish that was a very difficult task for him to do.
I'm laughing because this is going to be a fun transition from host to here. This is going to be fun. So Kenny Omega is officially back. I'm excited to see him. I hope they take him seriously because his entrance is so fucking badass and everything is so cool. I really, really hope they take it so seriously. Christian, Pearl, talk.
No, I'm actually trying to remember my train of thought because I had a whole thing I wanted to say. Now I cannot remember a single thing.
Okay, all right. What happened?
Brian Cage is not that small of a person. And I'm not trying to be rude, but he is tall and like Papa said, he is not that light.
No, absolutely not.
And
absolutely
if they're trying to sell a core injury, Jesus Christ,
that was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. But the fact that they're teasing Ospreay and Omega to tag together is incredible.
That's gonna be a fun.
So Christian really had mic problems today. I don't know what's going on with his mic today. But one thing I will say also, the thing I don't have in my notes, but I do want to bring it up from AEW this week is Samoa Joe returned.
There we go.
Samoa Joe returned. Ooh. And it sounds like we're setting up Christian and his family versus Hook, Samoa Joe, and Tabata.
So Samoa Joe's family.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to this a lot.
You know who Samoa Joe is the Hook?
Who?
That one cool uncle.
Hey, I get with that. I get with that because his dad's the one who called him to make sure he was out there.
And then Shibata's that one friend that you call in if you need something. I got Samoa Joe's family versus Christian Cage's family.
There you go. There's a couple of announcing controversies. We'll start in New Japan. So on Wrestle Dynasty, Chris Charlton got himself in trouble, and he's currently suspended for 2 months because he got himself in trouble. Now I'm mixed about this. So some of this was in character and in storyline because of Yoda Tsuji and and Gabe Kidd. But at the same time, I'm not sure he should also be saying this shit on live pay-per-view. So let's play the comments, and then we'll talk about them.
Well, the question Walker going through Yoda Tsuji's mind, just like the knee went through his mind, was why. And he settled, Rocky, on the decision that this was an SOS call, a distress call from AEW, a distress call from Kazuchika Okada. Well, in the words of Yoda Tsuji, AEW put up $200 million a year for Kazuchika Okada, the best wrestler in the world, arguably one of the greatest of all time, to become a meme that flips a bird on TV every week. And for Yoda Tsuji to come in and come out with the IWGP Global Championship and to beat Jack Perry as well, that if Okada doesn't take action after that, that says a lot about Kazuchika Okada. But in the meantime, Jack Perry has a statement to make of his own. No doubt about it. And in Gabe's mind, well, it was grow and grow, and then it was take and take. And well, as soon as we have a money mark to take away some of those talents, well then off they go. Escape. Off goes Jay White, Will Ospreay. Can't escape cover.
And it's only two.
Off goes Kazuchika Okada. And what have they done there that they haven't done here?
Deeper than that.
Wow. Dad, your thoughts on Chris Charlton? Speaking in terms. You haven't heard it before.
Okay, I understand frustration. Believe me, I understand frustration. But to air out your frustration on a New Japan pay-per-view, knowing that there's a working relationship between New Japan and AEW, is something that the people viewing the pay-per-view do not need to know the backstage politics of what's happening. It's totally unprofessional. If you're frustrated about something, then voice your frustration when the cameras are off. But in the meantime, when the camera's on, you're getting paid by an organization to comment and make commentary on the matches, and that's it. Anything else is off the camera. And if you can't do that,
Here's the thing.
then why don't you get up, leave, and let someone else take that position?
Okay. Here's the thing. Because you heard everything out of context. Here's the problem, especially with the Gabe Kidd stuff.
I don't want to say it was so much funnier because all you hear in the background is Kenny Omega. You cannot escape. Oh, he's going off.
It is very funny. But the whole thing is the Gabe Kidd thing and the Yoda Tsuji thing. He's quoting that. He's literally quoting Yoda Tsuji. I don't know what the problem here is when he's quoting the guy. The Gabe Kidd thing, he may get a little overboard. I'm not gonna lie. He got a little overboard because I was in the other room when this happened. We were watching
I watched this live. I heard it live, and all I hear from the kitchen is, did he just call Tony Khan a money mark?
Yeah, I was making dinner, and all of a sudden I hear Tim Shoki say a money mark. I'm like, wait, what? What did he just say?
And then
you can't say that.
No, you cannot just throw that out there and just go just walk over like it was you should just say that.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So
you cannot just
Go
call
Finish your
someone
point.
a money mark that you're also working with them and you are working with the company.
exactly.
I'm gonna lose it. You can't just say that to a person whose company you're working with because you're getting paid by them and you genuinely you shouldn't just say that shit.
It's
just,
true.
You
Absolutely true.
throw it out there and then walk away from it like you just even did say it.
It's a weird
any sense that I just said.
Yeah, it's a weird situation because he literally was quoting Gabe Kidd because Gabe Kidd said a lot of this stuff in the press conference beforehand, but it's different. I think it's different when a wrestler says it in a press conference than when you say it on commentary,
which everyone can hear you. And that happens with WWE conferences, whatever it's called.
press conference.
Most people don't watch it, but some people do. But most people don't watch it
Not
fully.
live, especially. This is not live. You know what I mean? Especially not the one
not
after
fully,
Raw.
not live. Some
Yeah.
people see clips.
Right.
The problem with clips is they can be taken out of context.
I know. I agree. I
And
agree with that.
that's probably, I'm not saying that's what happened, but without knowing the full thing behind it, what's his name again?
Chris Carlton. Charlton.
Chris. I was going to call him
Who,
Chris.
by the way, it's weird watching New Japan without him because he's their translator. It was weird.
Oh God, this is gonna be difficult. But Chris, what did he get suspended for? How long?
2 months. He's going to be off until the beginning of March.
2 months. Jesus Christ. For
Which
quoting.
is a lot of shows because they do a lot of shows in February.
So for quoting a
I
person.
think he's going to be done until the New Japan Cup, which is the beginning of March.
Okay.
Which is a
So
lot of time.
he's getting suspended for quoting a wrestler and
the Tony Khan thing. I think that's what he got suspended for. I think it was the TK stuff at the end.
okay.
Like,
I get the TK stuff, but everything else he was quoting. So
Yeah.
I don't really see the problem with that. He was just saying. But again, like you said, it's a commentator saying it compared to a wrestler on a press
Exactly. It's
conference.
a weird situation we're in. It's a really strange.
Say that again.
So it's a weird situation we're in. So, and by the way, I'm looking at the card. They have an entire tour
Oh, God.
next month, including the new beginning show in Osaka on the 10th.
Oh, so
they
they
have
do
a-
all those shows without a translator.
Without him, it's gonna be interesting.
Where they're gonna have subtitles.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting situation. So yeah, got it.
Here's the thing that with your Mark with TK about Money Mark. If
Yeah.
you want to put it in perspective, when Vince was running WWF, he did the exact same thing to lure people in with more money. And here's the thing: if your talent roster becomes free agents because they're not renewing contracts and they're not sure if they're going to basically stick around with your organization, and someone comes up to them and offers them more money, are you going to like turn it down?
I agree with you. 100%. I think my issue is not that TK is a money mark. Let's be honest here. So was Dixie Carter. So was all the other people. Like, let's be honest. I mean,
Right.
it's not like he is doing this. He's paying a bunch of people who's not even on TV right now. He legitimately is. Like, there's a lot of people that are on the roster that are not on television. There's a whole bunch of people that are like, "Ooh, we're getting paid millions of dollars just to be." But isn't the point? Isn't the point? Like, you don't say shit like that on the air. I mean, I didn't even get the clip earlier in the show. Chris Charlton also talked about Shibata. I think it was 2 years ago. Shibata had a match on Wrestle Kingdom. It was supposed to be his big return, but they said, "Do not take bumps. Do not take anything into your head. Not take anything on your neck." And he waved off the referee and did a full match. And they were not happy with him. But you don't bring that up on the air. You don't bring shit like that up on the air.
No,
You know what I mean?
you
do
don't.
not. Go ahead. Hey, Dad, talk.
How can I say, frustrations, differences of opinion, things regarding inner workings of an organization, that's something that, like say, you do at a press conference after a pay-per-view. But to do it when the matches are going on, now you're kind of ruining that. How can I put it? You're ruining that setting that people are focused on the wrestlers, but all of a sudden when you make these comments, now you're taking that focus from the wrestlers on the match and putting it on the commentating because they want to hear what else is going to be said. And that you just take the whole formula and you just blow it all to bits.
Any other thoughts you have on this? We have one more announcement that we got to bring up.
Again, just keep the mouth shut.
Yeah.
You get some shit. I'm going to use this the real world example. Some shit, just keep to yourself, and other shits you could say if you want, but just be careful.
Well, here is one.
That is a scary transition.
Yes, this is one that it's interesting. So, for those who haven't been paying attention to the commentary team in WWE, we went to Netflix. The announced team on Netflix is now Cole and McAfee. Well, Joe Tess and Wade Barrett were doing Raw. Corey Graves and
Joe Tess was
Joe
the
Tess before-
new one, right?
Yeah. Joe Tess and Wade Barrett were doing Raw. Corey Graves and Michael Cole were doing SmackDown, and Vic Joseph and Booker T were doing NXT.
Wait, who and Booker T?
Vic Joseph. And
Oh,
so when Netflix started, it ended up being Cole and McAfee, which everyone knew going in. Everybody knew this going in, and everybody knew Joe Tess, and then we're going to move over to SmackDown. Everybody knew this going in, but I don't think people realized the chemistry between Joe Tess and Wade Barrett was going to be so damn great. Because originally, the original team was supposed to be Joe Tess, Wade, and Corey. But Joe Test and Wade's chemistry is fantastic, and they didn't want to break them up and add a third voice. So Corey gets him down to NXT, which at the end of the day really isn't that big of a deal because his best friend hosts the show with Vic Joseph. Vic Joseph and Corey Graves are legitimate best friends. So really, it's a great thing he gets to go with his best friend. The problem is he had Booker T to deal with. And if you watch New Year's Evil, you can see the soul leaving Corey Graves' eyes during the show. You're going to see it. It was bad. So we go through another week. And right during Raw, this tweet went up on Twitter. Corey Graves said, "Imagine chasing your dream, then being told and not deciding that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking amazing and awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor and being told you're not famous enough for your own job, just in case you're wondering where I've been."
Oof. Oh my God.
That tweet has been taken down. And Corey was actually sent home from NXT this week. It just sounds like this is legit. This actually sounds like it's legit. I thought this was the storyline. Apparently, this is not. From what I'm hearing from other people, from like Wade Keller and all of them, it's not a storyline at the moment. Like I can see them turning this into one, but at the moment, it's not. Christian, your thoughts on this after you've seen the tweet and everything that's going on?
Well, I don't blame Corey. I really don't. Going from main roster for how many years?
I mean, he was the commentator on SmackDown until they brought Joe Test in.
He was the commentator on SmackDown, and then getting put to NXT. And
I mean, I actually don't think he's a problem with NXT if it was just him and Vic.
Yeah,
I think if it was just him and Vic, it'd be
Booker
different.
T is
Terrible.
I get it. He's trying. Please just go back to the pre-shows.
I got so much shit last year when I put a video up of me talking about Booker. And it's only gotten worse. He's only gotten worse since then.
For the love of God, go back to the pre-shows. You are, no offense, you are not
Shucky,
a good
ducky, quack,
fucking
quack.
commentator. Please stop.
Yeah, it's bad. It is
You
bad.
literally pissed off one of the best commentators from the main roster in the matter of a week.
It's bad. It's bad.
Please go back to the pre-show.
I have one question regarding this.
Go for it.
Does Corey look at this as a demotion?
Yeah, I think he feels like it's emotion. Even though funny part, it's on national television. That's the funny part. It's on the CW, and it's the only show on national TV right now.
What?
The NXT. But it's an interesting situation. But I don't know. Maybe he's frustrated.
Do you blame him?
Because it's Booker. For the Booker. I have a feeling out the situation here, it's Booker, and no one's going to tell Booker that. I mean, no one's going to tell him that.
Well, who else who's at NXT besides Booker?
It's Vic Joseph. And Vic Joseph. There are weeks. Vic Joseph.
Okay, Vic. I'm hearing Vic, and I
don't know why, but Vic Joseph. And the whole thing is, I'll give Vic Joseph some credit. The last bunch of weeks, he has gotten so frustrated with Booker, and you can hear it in his voice. He's getting so frustrated. So
I kind of caught that there were some things that were, how can I put it? The tone sounded very kind of serious, like in a way kind of telling Booker to kind of like, okay, can you basically say something that makes sense instead of your Bookerisms?
That's the make sense part. That's the hard part.
Yeah. So I mean,
just shut the hell up.
Like I don't even know what he's saying most of the time. I honestly don't know what he's saying most of the time.
Let me sum it up in the Booker T language.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
No, shucky ducky quack quack. Can you dig it, sucker? And I'm Booker T.
No, actually, you missed the no water, just meat. Yeah, he says that. And what's the other one? What's the other one? Yeah. Yeah. And there's another one.
Are you talking about? Oh no.
There's another one that annoys the
Jesus
fuck out of me too. There's another one that annoys the fuck out of me.
Oh no, we also cannot forget the Triple Liam's entrance.
No, but I'll tell you there's another one that I can't think of right now.
Didn't Booker say something about Biscotti?
There was one thing, but then I feel like Vic made a joke here that he now has there's a list of things he can only say once during a broadcast now.
Thank God.
And one of those is when he randomly decided to quote Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous and just go.
Wait, hold on. What?
Let me explain it. I'm trying to explain it. Yeah. Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous was a show back in like the 80s and the 70s where host Robin Leach would take you through rich people's houses. This is a real thing that happened. It's a real thing that happened. And his catchphrase was champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Yeah.
Booker's been saying that for no reason whatsoever for the last year. I have no idea why he made that part of his catchphrases. But that's also something he's been saying. So
Okay, now the other thing is there going to be a behind the scenes meeting with Sean and Booker eventually to kind of?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I want to know. I'm so frustrated with Booker. Hey, there are points I literally hear him say something and look at me and she's like, don't bother to try. Don't bother to try. Just don't bother. Just enjoy the match. Don't bother to try.
I rather listen to Mick Foley.
Mick Foley was great as commentary. The only reason he left because Vince was driving him crazy.
I know.
I don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, that's hopefully we have more information by Sunday's show to know more. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. Christian, anything else before we move on to the big story that broke today?
My mind is too hurt.
From what? The Legend of the Ocean famous stuff?
But just Booker T in general, please move on before my brain is losing it, and my brain really
is losing it.
My brain is losing it, so please, Booker T, get the fuck off of commentary and go back to the pre-show where you fucking belong with your shucky ducky quack bullshit.
All right, let's move on. So I was done with I was ready for. I got home from work today, and I finished up a run sheet. I had all the graphics in the stream, all ready to go. And I'm sitting on my phone, just doodling on my phone. I literally push up a computer down and go work on another project, unrelated to the show. I'm going to work on another project. I'm watching a movie, and I'm just going to go down and work on another project. And I'm looking at my phone. I open up my Instagram, and I see Joe Hendry put up a post. And I thought it was just hyping up Sunday's pay-per-view, which we'll talk about on Sunday. No big deal. I didn't see anything of it. And then the picture loaded up on my screen. I'm like, well, fuck. This is what came up on screen. It was WWE saying that they are now working with TNA. Today announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT and TNA wrestlers. And the other thing is I jumped over to TNA's Instagram page. I'm like, okay, fine. This is WWE. This is on WWE's Twitter. It's a press release. It's a whole big deal today. And then I go over to TNA's Twitter, and they changed the logo for TNA Genesis, TNA NXT Genesis for Sunday's pay-per-view that I've already purchased. This is a big deal. And a lot of people are like, why is this a big deal? They've been working together for a while. I think the fact that it's in paper and the fact that WWE is recognizing TNA wrestling like this is a big deal. Christian, go ahead.
That is a very big deal because if I'm just gonna say right now, if this was Vince,
this would never happen.
Never happened.
If this was Vince, but Michael Coleman and I would bring Lucha Underground on Raw. Like, let's be honest
if this was Vince, half the shit that Triple H all of the shit that Triple H have done would have never happened.
The last year would have happened. The last year.
And I just want to say one thing: Brock Lesnar would still be World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Don't get me started on that. He's in the back of the company. He's in the back of the company.
Oh, thank God. But anyways, they are recognizing TNA as its own company, as its own standalone company.
It's crazy.
Not like a copycat of anything. And introducing Jesus Christ. Am I
good?
You're fine. But a better thing is, and I see this good for TNA, even though they've already shown people from TNA and NXT. The thing about NXT with this now contract, a signed contract, they are showing people who don't watch TNA wrestlers to get them to watch TNA if they want to see them more.
I agree. I have the press release.
Like Joe Hendry.
I swear to God.
Jordan Grace when she was the Knockout Women's Champion.
By the way,
Knockout Champion.
Marta Slamovich, the current TNA Knockout Champion, popped up on NXT this week. I should have shown that as a sign that something was going on, but because of all the crossover, we didn't think anything of it in the moment.
Because they already had Jordan Grace on the show.
Yeah, and they've had a bunch of crossover.
Like, and even in the Rumble.
Yeah, Dad, your thoughts on all this? Because I had the press release. I'm going to pop the press release up on the screen. So go ahead.
I think what this does is this basically protects the partnership between WWE and TNA, which means AEW can't do anything with this. MLW can't do anything with this. NWA can't do anything with this. New Japan can't do anything with this.
The New Japan situation I'm interested in because I wonder with everything going on with AEW, if New Japan is going to maybe work with WWE too.
So, because some of the... I'm sorry, go ahead, Christian.
No. I was just going to say, New Japan and WWE is going to be amazing.
If
Continue
that
what you're
happens-
saying.
If that happens.
Yeah.
Continue.
Because the thing now with, like, say, Stardom and AEW is you see some of the female stars coming into AEW, but if they're not happy with AEW, then they kind of pop up around NXT. And I think Triple H and Shawn have a good eye for talent and know basically when they're going to be a free agent. Let's say, okay, let's get these people under our wing before someone decides to scoop them up and do something else with them.
It's like the WWE ID program that's going on right now with a bunch of indies.
Right.
Same mentality.
Which is a great program to have. And they should have had it years ago. But unfortunately, when you had different people in charge, that was like taboo.
All right, so I had the press release. And this is not very interesting when you read the press release. Let's bring the press release up here. There you go. Okay, so WWE part of TKO Holdings and TNA Wrestling, one of the world's top wrestling brands, I actually called it that.
Oh,
And a subsidiary
that's
of Anthem
actually
Sports,
surprising as well.
subsidiary of Anthem Sports, announced a multi-year partnership. And here we go. Here's the interesting sentence. The agreement will enable talent to appear to gain additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT, which is currently live on CW, and Impact, and TNA Impact, select WWE Palladium live events and TNA pay-per-views. In turn, bolstering in-ring development with exposure to world-class talent and coaching. And then there's one more line here from Ariel Shapiro, the senior vice president of TNA. This is a WWE press release, by the way. This historic relationship demonstrates that collaboration and competition do not have to be mutually exclusive.
This is going to be amazing for both NXT and TNA because it's going to showcase both brands, and then you may never know. NXT will go to not NXT will go to TNA. NXT superstars will show up on TNA more often, and then the same vice versa.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to showcase talents for both shows. And if you just watch TNA, you might want to watch NXT, and if you just watch NXT, you might want to watch TNA now.
Yeah, it's intriguing. I'm very interested how this is going to go.
It's really just I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see how well this deal is going to go, and see if they will continue making the same deal.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And multi-year makes it interesting. And we have the Rumble coming up. I expect to see Jordan Grace obviously joining up over. My prediction of Joe Hendry coming over as champion still is in play, and it's interesting. So I'm intrigued how this is going to go.
Here's an example that I'm thinking of is Trick Williams right now. Say for instance he comes over to TNA.
That's intriguing.
And he has a program with Moose.
That'd be intriguing for the X Division Championship, which is intriguing. So
I do want to say, where the hell did Moose come from?
Moose has been champion for fitness.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Moose is what the hell?
He was TNA World Champion last year.
Oh yeah, and didn't Nick Nemeth beat him?
Yeah.
Wait, no, it was in that little 5.
Yeah, ironically, Joe Hendry got the pin on Moose. That's the ironic part about that.
Yeah, that's ironic.
my other question is,
yes, go ahead.
For XWW talent that's now in TNA,
I'm thinking the same thing. Actually, it's a great question.
how do they feel about this?
I think Zia Lee's over there too. There's a bunch of them over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I think Joe Hendry won the title.
I can just imagine they're like, "Damn it, I just left you. What the hell?"
Another reason why I think Joe Hendry won the title.
What?
Because Nick Nimbus is not going to be champion with this deal. Another reason I think Joe Hendry won the title.
Are we gonna get Dolph Ziggler back?
I don't know. I'm intrigued by all of this. I'm very intrigued by all of this. So we will follow along with this more, especially with the hit review on Sunday. We have one more thing we got to do before we get out of here. So this is the Thursday show. We're gonna do a bit at the end of the show. Dad got this deck of cards that you have my hand
you want me to
from Johnsonville. From Johnsonville, you can look up through your camera, and pretty much it's just a bunch of random cards.
It says help.
Earlier in the show, I actually picked one. We're on the air. I took a picture and put it up on our soundboard screen here, so we can ask a question amongst the group, and we'll put this up for people that you can actually. I'll put this up. You know what? I'll put this question up in the comment section on Spotify, and you can enter your answer, and we'll put your answers up on next Thursday's show. How about that? We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Question I pulled out of the deck If you could have any artist perform a private concert at your home, who would it be? And for me, it's
Wow.
obvious. For me, it's obvious. The Redneck Ladies. Come on.
That is a very good question.
I knew you're a Backstreet Boys fan.
Redneck Ladies is obviously number one.
Imagine
I want
Dragons.
them. Imagine Dragons? Okay. The Backstreet Boys, Imagine Dragons over here. Yeah, what do you?
No.
what do you-
I was joking that you would like the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, no, I said Redneck Ladies. Redneck Ladies and Imagine Dragons for you.
And then I'm guessing Mom would like to see.
The Backstreet Boys. Or Kelly. Kelly Clarkson.
Mine would be Chicago
Ooh, okay.
and
that's
Ed
a good one.
Sheeran.
Isn't that a musical?
Chicago's also a band.
Oh.
Also a band. And then Sheeran. That's another good one. That's a really good one. Actually. I like Ed
Oh,
Sheeran.
God.
So, all right. So if you
Justin Bieber.
so if you
We
want
don't need ya.
okay, so if you want to answer this question, please comment below. I'll put this up on TikTok while it exists, and on Instagram too. You can comment below, and I want to see your answer to this question. I'm intrigued.
Also, speaking of TikTok, what are your thoughts on it being
Okay,
banned?
so as of this broadcast, it's not. As of this moment, right before we came on, I actually went on TikTok and following along with the story, and apparently it's going up to Joe Biden, and it may not actually get banned at all.
Oh,
Because I said to Mandy earlier today that the funniest thing would be because President-elect Trump has said that when he gets to office, he's going to ignore the bill and have them not have the ban. The funniest thing in the world would be for Biden to do it before he left office. That would be so fucking funny to me.
So does Trump want TikTok banned?
He does. He wants to save it. So it would be funny as hell to me if Biden did it first. That is so funny to me.
Then why is TikTok getting banned in the first place?
Apparently, the Chinese because they're saying it's because it's a Chinese-based company that that everyone's information is going to the Chinese government.
Yeah, personal information is being stolen by.
That's because the entire
Allegedly.
like every fucking social media platform in this country doesn't have everyone's information. Like every single one of them. Even Christian's Nintendo platform and fucking PlayStation platform, everyone has their own information. It's what it is.
Porn.
I have a question. Do we know if President-elect Trump knows how to use TikTok?
He actually praised it for helping win the election.
Are we going to talk about how Joe Biden actually put up a TikTok that says he likes sniffing kids?
What? No. Don't joke about it.
You didn't?
Now it's the actual. Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I said someone put up a TikTok about Joe Biden that he likes sniffing kids.
Don't joke about that.
No,
kind
I'm
of stuff.
serious.
I know you are, but like we shouldn't say that kind of stuff. We shouldn't say that stuff about the actual president.
I do have one thing to say about the inaugural show that you guys did, and pertaining to Christian.
Yes.
Now Christian understands my feelings for Mercedes Moné, and he has echoed everything that I've been saying from Jump Street. So I want to say kudos to Christian.
By the way, so
Thank you.
Christian jokingly said the word porn, and the minute he said that, I had a joke pop into my head, so I have to play this real fast from Avenue Q.
The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
I got a fast connection, so I don't have to wait.
For porn.
What? There's always some new site.
For porn.
I browse all day and night.
For porn.
It's like I'm surfing at the speed of light.
For porn.
Trekkie.
The internet is for porn.
Trekkie.
The internet is for porn.
What are you doing?
Why you think the net was born? Porn.
Thank you. That was
That was beautiful.
that's from the Tony Award-winning Avenue Q.
Before that, fuck Mercedes Moné.
Okay, there you go. All right. On that note,
Can we make that a new fuck Cody Rhodes?
well, maybe we'll see what happens. Our soundboard is clear. I intentionally cleared our soundboard because I said do new stuff here and have some new fun. Maybe I'll make that into a thing.
Oh yay!
So this is our show now.
Well, one thing that will never get old.
So on that note, that note, let's get out of here. We're going to close the show. So I've been joking around all over my social media and all over the place. Empire Records is one of my favorite movies of all time. And the movie is celebrating the 30th anniversary this year. And I've been joking around that fine, I will watch Empire Records again. Fine, I will. The But then somebody put up a soundtrack, put up a playlist of every single song from the movie that's actually not everything on the soundtrack, every single song. It's just like, it's like a 40 song playlist. Absolutely amazing. And the final song on that soundtrack is the song we're playing. And this is the band The singing the song, This Is the Day. I love this song. We're going to close it with this. So, Dad, if you want to say whatever you want to say, go for it.
Hey, all I want to say is people are followers. Tune in, listen to what generations have to say about wrestling and everything else, and having Cristian make his comments.
I'm not encouraging this.
Having Cristian make his comments is very enlightening.
All right.
You got to play the buzzers.
All right. On that note, Sunday, this coming Sunday. Really? The timing on that was amazing.
Wait, what'd you say?
This coming Sunday, I know the graphic up on the screen. This coming Sunday, me and Chris will be here. I gotta plug our show. This coming Sunday, come join us live on Sunday morning to talk about TNA Genesis. We're gonna preview TNA Genesis, and also Cristian has a wait a second. DJ has a all elite crate box downstairs. He's going to unbox on this show because the other news book we're gonna be with. So come join us on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time.
It's gonna be fun.
On that note, thank you all for listening to this episode. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
I'm Mark.
And you've been tuned into the Generation Evolution. Have a good day, everybody.
Awesome! Sees when you're left alone with the memories that hold your life together.
Thank you so very much. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.